So the current landscape of the National Basketball Association.
Yeah, these are in no specific order except for number 1, which is number 1.
You want to reset this?
But no, we don't have to. We can if you want. But the
top 5 worst trades in NBA history via 2010.
Via 2010, since 2010, in whatever order I damn well feel like. So I'm going to read off this one first because I think this is an underrated one because again I think it clearly had a massive change in the NBA. March 13, 2012, the trade involved was take a wild guess, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors got Andrew Bogut and Steven Jackson, while the Milwaukee Bucks got Monta Ellis, Ekpe Udoh, and Kwame Brown. The winner clearly the Warriors, and because of this, getting rid of Monta they were making Steph Curry the full-time point guard.
Yes.
And after the ankles, and we never knew, well, he turned out to be a 2-time MVP and a 2-time NBA champion, and possibly still counting. Andrew Bogut was instrumental during the Warriors' rise to becoming the team that they did because he was their interior defense and he was pretty damn good at it when they were there. So if you remember, a lot of Warriors fans, just like a lot of Knicks fans, and how do we, not Jesus, we have Jesus, Jesus.
Like Jesus.
Jesus always says, like, real Knicks fans have been booing every pick since Patrick Ewing, and real Warriors fans were pissed as hell when they traded Monta Ellis because they loved Monta there.
Yes, that's a great point.
But that was a landscape-changing trade because, you know, it made Steph Curry.
It's New York, by the way. It's not just the Knicks.
Oh, it's still.
It's New York.
We're gonna boo. Look, we're gonna boo everybody.
Gonna boo everybody.
Oklahoma City Thunder received Jeremy Lamb, Kevin Martin, a 2013 first-round pick. Used to select Steven Adams, so not the worst trade technically. Top 20 protected 21st round pick. Used to select Mitch McGary, and a 2013 pick that was used to select Alex Abrinas. The Houston Rockets got
James Harden.
Yep. Wow, you don't even mention Daquan Cook.
My bad. My bad, Daquan.
What disrespect to Daquan. Cole Aldrich and Lazar Hayward, no relation to Gordon. But yeah, the James Harden trade, again.
Can we go back in time just for a second?
Yes.
Like on the surface, when that deal was made, you were thinking Jeremy Lamb could be not a great, but a good two-way guard.
Yeah, good role player.
Yeah, we thought, and by the way, I thought that he would fill out probably 15 more pounds than what he has
Besides the fact that it was Kevin Durant's Oklahoma City Thunder, like the best player, like you would never, James Harden even now is not better than Kevin Durant. So like Kevin Durant was the #1 guy, and of course it did open up Russell Westbrook's opportunities. But in the sense of going back in time here, like it's very similar to the Tracy McGrady trade, where like they traded a guy who's coming off the bench and oh my God, I didn't know he'd be giving. By the way, yesterday we talked about the James Harden game where he scored 56. I said he had a couple of 40-point triple-doubles. I was off. He had 2 50-point triple-doubles last year. If you told me that guy, no, not this guy, was gonna get 2 50-point triple-doubles and a couple of 40-point triple-doubles. Bartman, Rudy.
You got it?
Rudy Gay.
You got it?
Come on, Bartman. Bartman.
Oh, he's stumbling under pressure with the Rudy Gay.
Oh, it's done. Window.
Closing. Wait, window.
Closing.
And it's done.
Closed. Toronto Raptors received Marcus Camby, Steve Novak, Quentin Richardson, a 2014 second round pick.
You gotta start over. I didn't hear you say.
The Toronto Raptors this might be one of the worst of all time, even since 2010, if not all time. The Toronto Raptors received Marcus Camby, Steve Novak, who was at that point like 3rd, I think, in the league in 3-point shooting, Quentin Richardson,
DePaul,
a 2014 second rounder, a 2017 second rounder, and a 2016 first round pick. The New York Knicks receive Andre Bargnani.
Oh.
And that was it. They literally gave the whole team up for Andre Bargnani. They gave the whole team up.
You remember the comparison on draft night of Bargnani?
I don't even want to know.
Dirk.
They gave him up for not Dirk.
Ah, come on. Don't you see what he did here, guys? Don't you see, huh?
Right.
Tall, white guy, European shooter, 3-point specialist.
Right.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Yep.
Bad trade.
Number 2, because of what happened. Again, this is since 2010, and it's just also a landscape change. The Cleveland Cavaliers received Baron Davis and an unprotected 2011 first-round pick. The Los Angeles Clippers received Mo Williams, Mo Problems, and Jamario Moon. That 2011 first-round pick became Kyrie Irving. The Clippers really could have used Kyrie Irving in 2011, and it would have definitely changed the Chris Paul thing.
Yes.
And a lot of things going forward. But the obvious worst trade since 2010, and easily up there with the Bill Russells and the Wilt Chamberlains and the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, was the Boston Celtics absolutely fleecing the New Jersey Nets.
Oh my God.
Or the Brooklyn Nets at that time. And
what was the GM's name? Dave Kingman?
I think so, but I forget who the owner was who said to him.
Mikhail Prokhorov.
Yes, right, exactly. He said to him, he goes, "We're gonna put a team in the playoffs." And so they went out and made.
Well, they did get in the playoffs.
You understand that this trade, and it's gonna take a while to read it, so here we go. Here's who the Nets traded: Keith Bogans, Marshawn Brooks, Chris Humphries, and Chris Joseph, Gerald Wallace, a 2014 first-round pick, a 2016 first-round pick, a pick swap for the 17 season, and a 2018 first-round pick to the Celtics. 9 assets for old-ass Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Jason Terry, DJ White, and that was via also, this is all coming from John W. McDonough, who's the guy who wrote that piece on it on Sports Illustrated.
Oh my God.
It's just such, like, when you give up that many assets for 1 year to be like, to make the second round of the playoffs, like, I mean, just go play for the Clippers if you just want to make the second round of the playoffs and that's your ceiling. Like, go do that. You can have a great time.
It was Billy King, by the way.
Go be Oklahoma City, go play for the Thunder if you want to make it to the second round of the playoffs. Like, but what Danny Ainge and the Boston Celtics did, like, of all trades that really should have been stopped, that was one of them. Because you can't sell, like, they wanted to sell jersey. What's a way to sell jerseys? Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett, absolutely. And what's a way of fielding a historical team with like that to maybe, if it really, really worked, get to like the Eastern Conference Finals? You do that. You try to give Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce one more run. The logic was there. It's just you gave up nine assets, including your entire future of drafting. And when we've seen the drafts that have come by and gone since the Nets made it, and they're still on the hook. The fucking Cavs own their 2018 pick, or based on how the Nets do. Like, that's a 7
It was Billy
year
King.
Disastrous
I thought
move.
more.
7 years of disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they still got D'Angelo Russell.
You mortgage your future, you have D'Angelo Russell, and that's it.
That's the funny part.
That's all that you have.
You traded for D'Angelo Russell, who, if you just kept your assets, you could have just drafted anyway. Like, they traded 9. You understand that NBA 2K with the trade mode as like accept all trades being on still rejects it?
I wonder if 2K would ever put in like GM mode if you could take Billy King as your GM.
No, they'd be like,
and just screw your franchise.
They'd say no. They'd go, what? They'd say return the game.
Like, you remember in
they'd say go play NBA Live.
You remember in N64 when they had Ken Griffey Jr. baseball?
Yes.
And all you wanted to do was trade for the stars?
Yes, trade for Ken Griffey Jr.
Billy King was the GM of all those other teams.
Jesus played. Billy King was? Jesus, you ever played Ken Griffey Jr. baseball?
Of course he did.
98? Is he there? Anybody? Jesus.
No one's paying attention.
Jesus. Jesus. You ever play Ken Griffey Jr. baseball?
On N64.
On N64?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
Just kidding. Of course I did. Are you kidding me? That was a shit.
What other great video games did you play from the 90s?
Mario Kart.
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl,
definitely.
Damn.
Of course. Hockey. All those.
Wayne Gretzky's?
Like NHL 94.
Like the Gretzky game?
94 on Sega.
Of course. Oh, heavyweight boxing.
The original. That was a great game.
Like Holyfield.
Yeah.
NBA Jam.
NBA Jam. Mike Tyson Punch Out.
What's the greatest NBA Jam duo of all time?
Blitz.
What's the what?
The greatest NBA Jam duo of all time.
Oh.
Jordan and Pippen was pretty good. Stockton Malone was good.
Peyton and Kemp were pretty solid. I like playing with them.
Who is your favorite MLB player to play with in Ken Griffey Jr. baseball? You can't say Ken Griffey Jr.
You can't say Griffey, that's stupid.
Oh, well, I'm trying to think which other players were there.
Andres Galarraga.
Oh, the big cat. The big cat, bro, yeah.
Tramel Sludge. Give it
Tramel Sludge.
Seiko, bro.
Chuck Knobloch. Chuck Knobloch.
Knobloch.
Can you Chuck Knobloch's batting?
My favorite was Larry Walker.
Larry Walker. That was the
Larry Walker killed it.
Oh, what was the trivia thing? There was a thing with Nolan Arenado and the Rockies this year. I'm putting my thinking cap on. Nolan Arenado and this when Tulo was there and also Carlos Gonzalez. They were the first team to hit all have 5 RBIs in the same game. All 3 of those players since Larry Walker, Todd Helton, and who was the 3rd on the Rockies? Who?
Vinny Castilla.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Monstrous lineup.
Very good.
And for a steroid era in baseball, you had Larry Walker hitting home runs in the thin air in Colorado.
He's murdering
700-foot homers. Larry Walker. Todd Helton was really good too.
Who were your pitchers Pedro?
Greg Maddux was really good.
Greg
Maddux was good. Yeah. I liked using David Cohn was really good in that game. 98.
No, there was another starter that
Roger Clemens was the most firepower on the team. Was he on the Blue Jays at that point in 98? He was on the Blue Jays in 98. Yankees traded for him.
For whatever, probably because I'm a Cubs fan, but I always kept Terry Mulholland.
Terry Mulholland.
For whatever stupid, Hedman's yeah.
This is Deadspin.
Whatever stupid ass reason.
Deadspin does a segment on their website called Let's Remember Some Guys, and that's where Tramel Sludge comes up. And
that's amazing.
Juan Gonzalez will come up.
Juan
Gon.
Didn't he charge the
Vladimir Guerrero was one of the best players in Griffey 98.
Vladimir Guerrero, the best first pitch hitter that I can ever really recall in Major League Baseball.
Yes, he also I think he had the strongest arm I've ever seen. He used to throw from the warning track to home plate.
That you saw in person.
Yes, in person I saw because I saw him play at Shea and just.
I was gonna say I think Clemente has the strongest arm I've ever seen from any player ever.
Roberto?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who gave up Roberto Clemente's 3,000th hit?
I don't know.
Famous pitcher. I'll give you another hint. Before Ken Griffey Jr. was inducted into the Hall of Fame, he had the highest single percentage to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with votes. That would be Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver gave up his 3,000th hit. It's a good guy to get a 3,000th hit off.
None of us knew that.
No. Did Jesus?
He's not listening to you. He's talking.
Jesus!
He's talking to somebody else.
Did Ja'Cory knew?
I wasn't listening either.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody's listening. We're done.
You guys lost us.
Yeah, we're done.